Alright, I got another light from Olight. I'm not going to sit and unbox it, which you already see. I already did that, so I don't feel like sitting there putting everything back together. This here is the Olight S2R baton. Now, this is a rechargeable version. And the thing about this light, it's the big brother to the little Olight S1R baton. And I really like this little light. Extremely bright and portable. But the biggest problem with it, with running one CR123 battery, the battery life doesn't seem that long. With this running a 18650 battery from Olight, they've gotten away from that problem. And if you haven't had the privilege to own or use a baton flashlight from Olight, you'll realize how well built they are. Ton of little features on it. The other big one is, of course, the clip they got on it. You can put this right onto the bill of a ball cap and have one hell of a beautiful, long-lasting headband flashlight as well. And what this ended up coming with is, of course, the magnetic USB charger, where you just stick it on the back. Green light will be charged, red light it's charging. Plug it into any USB port on your computer or a cell phone charger. Works quite well. Comes with a little nice pouch for whatever reason. Lanyard, of course. And for the base version, that's about it. What I like doing with this light is popping off this clip, form factor wise, say comparing it to the ThruNite TN12, which we'll be doing some beam shots comparing them. If you notice, it's quite a bit smaller. You slide this thing in your pocket, you almost forget it's there. Ain't as small as the little brother to it, but one problem with that is I've ran it through the washer a few times forgetting that I had it in my pocket. And it is IPX8 waterproof, which is awesome. You can literally drop it in water, I think up to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes, I think. Don't quote me, but pretty sure that's what IPX8 is. It does have 6 modes, quick access to the low mode and the high mode. The low mode, just hold the switch on, and you're going to get 0.5 lumens, which it's kind of hard to see here because I'm running 3 lights right at it. That will last a full 60 days. Next mode up is very usable. This is a full 12 lumens, and that'll run 120 hours with this light. Next mode up is 120 lumens, a full 13 hours on this one battery. I'm telling you, this is extremely bright. And then 500 lumens and 200 minutes of runtime. And then you double press the switch to access 1020 lumens. And that'll run for 2 minutes, and then it'll cut back down. But then you can turn it right back on. But it's to keep it cool. Extremely bright light. Then of course you have your strobe. And it does have a memory for the auto turn off in 9 minutes, and then 3 minutes you get your option. It does as well have a lockout mode in case you do slip it in your pocket and carry it like that, where this button is a little bit raised and you could bump it on. It's quite simple, just hold it on. Now it's in lockout mode. No matter what you do, it's not coming on. To get out of lockout mode, to get it out of lockout mode, simply double press it, and you're out of lockout mode. Now with it off, quick access to turbo mode, say if you wanted it for a deterrent or protection or something, even when it's off, if you double press the switch quick, you're gonna blind somebody. Pretty awesome. And like I said, the magnetic base on it works good for sticking it onto something. It's very strong, my guess, neodymium magnet in it. And this does have a 5-year Olight warranty, just like the other Olights. Pretty awesome warranty on these things. It's running the Cree XML2 emitter, very efficient emitter. Beam distance on this is rated at 158 meters. And we're going to go outside and get some real nice beam shots of it like I do in all my flashlight reviews. And we'll probably compare it to that ThruNite TN12 and maybe another one, I don't know. We'll see. Real quick before we go out and get going on these beam shots, if you were to go on Olight's website right now, which I did, you could save 20%. It's marked down to $58.36 for this thing, which is, to me, a incredibly good buy. I'm telling you, you cannot look directly at this beam on turbo. Just like with the S1R on high mode, just to show how much heat and light's coming out of it. you can start fires with it pretty easy. Pretty cool. I'm exactly 4 meters away from my porch, and I got two 60-watt lights on up above them strip lights, and my lux meter is sitting there in the middle. We're gonna test out lux on this Olight on high and then calculate the throw. And I have my aperture and manual so you can see just how blindingly bright this thing is at 4 meters compared to regular lights. All right, let's go check it out. All right, it was 271 lux at 4 meters times 4, or you divide it by 0.25, then times 4 meters square, which is 16, and then a square root of that. So it calculated out to about 132 meters, which ain't too bad for that little light with that small head. Let's get some beam shots done. All right, we're going to be looking at a tree at 62 meters away, and first up is going to be the Through Night TN12 on turbo mode. This is a Through Night TN12 turbo. There's the Olight S2R on turbo. It's got a lot wider beam, as you can see there, than that Through Night, but it's still lighting that tree up at 62 meters. And I'm throwing in a Maglite ML300. This is the big 3D size, very bright Maglite that you can pick up at Walmart or whatever. Bulky, but I like this light. Good battery life, but there's for comparison. Maglite ML300, Through Night TN12, and a little Olight on turbo. So now, let's move on down to a tree that's roughly 100 meters out. It's about actually 92. And we'll see if it's picking it up. My human eye, I think the camera's hitting it, but it's lighting up the whole background behind it, the whole tree line and whatnot, which is roughly 140 meters out. Let's turn on a TN12. There's the TN12. It's got a tighter throw. Maglite ML300. Now keep in mind, these are all very bright lights. I'm not running no cheap piece of crap here. Olight. Very wide pattern. A lot of spill. Tremendous amount of spill in the Through Night TN12. All I want to do is, with my yard lights on, I'm going to shine across my walkway to trees that are about 35 meters out. This is a Through Night TN12. Keeping my aperture and manual, keep in mind, so you can get a good idea compared to, say, that yard light up there. That's the Through Night TN12. And there's the Olight. Like I said, that wide bead pattern. Through Night TN12, Olight. Now this will give you a little better indication on the spill on that Olight versus the TN12. This is a TN12, and what you're looking at is probably pushing 40 meters, 35 meters up into some trees. And there's the Olight. Through Night, Olight. I'm running my car headlights on high beam. Very good lights. I'm going to compare that Olight to that. Apertures and manual. There's the Olight compared to car headlights. I'm running my aperture and auto, same car headlights. And here's the Olight on turbo. Olight's probably about 2 feet behind the car headlights. Car headlights, Olight. A lot of spill, but actually a quite usable spill. And if you're not running turbo, that's high. Battery life lasts a lot longer. Like I said, with this light, how small it is, even on medium, producing ample amount of light. Lasts for hours and hours. I got it on Firefly. You can see there. That's about 2 meters out. And that's low. And Perry's calling. Perry, if you watch this video, this is why I'm not answering my call. Alright, that concludes the review on this Olight S2R. Go ahead, check that link out below from Olight to purchase this. Like I said, that Black Friday is going on right now, and you get this fairly cheap. Now, I keep saying this when I'm getting other flashlights, and I find some that are, probably my best everyday carry lights. I have to admit, this just might end up being the better of them for everyday carry due to the small form factor and amount of output it has, and with battery runtime, versatility with the amount of different modes and whatnot. I've run through an incredible amount of high quality lights, and this size with that 18650 battery, it's about as good as you're gonna get. And of course, I keep saying that, and then something else comes along and blows me away. But so there you go, the Olight S2R, pretty awesome light.